5 hidden fees when renting an apartment that you need to know. So before you rent an apartment, you need to uncover these 5 hidden fees because they might cost you a lot of money if you don't know. Okay, so let's go straight to the point. Number one, water rate. What's what's the process? What's the program for water here? Okay, I know you've told me that there is water running in the bathroom, in the kitchen, and all, but how is the process going? Who is paying for it? Or how are we paying for it? So you need to know this one. You need to ask this question and know because there are some landlords who have borehole in the compound, so they actually don't ask you to pay water rate. All they will request for is contribution to pay for top up, to top up the meter from the landlord's apartment. So he or she will, you know, distribute the water from the well or from the borehole up to all the tanks, the water tanks that are available for all the apartments. So that is a fee that you need to know about before you sign. Then there are some other landlords. They will say, okay, we don't actually ask anybody to pay any amount for the water or for the top up. All we request is that you connect. We've already made connections to all apartments coming down to the submersive machine. When your water is finished, then you have to make your own connection. So the top up in your own meter will be used to pump the water in your own tank. So basically, you are not paying directly, but yeah, you are responsible for it. Then there are other landlords, they will actually make it free. They will. Some. I know a few places that makes it free. Okay. Then number two, the light bill. Yeah, this is important. Well, everybody knows that wherever you rent, you have to pay a light bill. But let's make this clear. There are apartments that does not have their own meter. So because of that, they have to connect to the landlord or the landlady or to another tenant, which is dangerous. Because if you are connecting to another person, then you are likely to be cheated. Let's be real. You are likely to be cheated because somebody will say, we'll be contributing 100,000 a month or 50,000 a month, all loans. Then when you contribute, the person will not contribute. They themselves that own the meter might not contribute. So they will only use your own money to top up the meter. Or sometimes, in the worst case scenario, they might even cut from your money. So let's say 5 of you connect to the same meter, and all of you are paying like 100 leons a month, and your 100 leons will go up to 500 leons plus the owner of the meter making six, so it should be 600 leons or 600,000. So, but if you are not lucky, then you meet somebody that is a crook. They will not contribute their own 100,000, making it 600,000, and also they will have to deduct 200,000 from the 500 that the 5 of you have contributed. And at the end of the day, he or she will have to buy 300,000 top up, and by the 20th to the 25th of the month, the top up is gone, and you end up being in blackout throughout the 5 days remaining. Okay, so that is a hidden fee that you need to know, because if you are not okay with sharing a meter, then you definitely need to look for another apartment and not pay for this one. But if you are okay, then it's good. So landlords are supposed to actually provide meter for all the apartments to avoid all this problem. Okay. Then number three, security bill. Well, I know, I think two houses where they ask tenants to pay to contribute some money at the end of every month to pay for the security, because the landlord actually hired a security personnel who mans the gates at night. So all the tenants contribute small money, so he could pay the security. And one thing I like about him is that he tells you earlier before you even decide to pay for the place. The moment he takes you to see his apartment and you say, okay, it's fine, I like this place, then he will have to explain that to you. That's fine about him. So that's another hidden fee if you are not being told until you move in. Then number four, car parking space. There are compounds that does not have car parking space, and you have a car. So how are you going to park your car? You definitely have to pay somewhere else in the neighborhood where where you see a parking space. So that's another hidden fee that you need to know. You need to know if there is a car parking space or not. If you are not okay with a house where there is no car parking space, then you should move on. You should move on and not pay for this one. Okay. And the final one, the number five, is who takes care of the maintenance. That is another very important thing. So who takes care of the maintenance is something that you need to know, because there are landlords that will say, I don't paint inside. Of course, I think by law, landlords are not supposed to paint inside, because it's up to the tenants to choose their own color. But there are other tenants who will say, okay, I will paint inside. You just tell me your color, your choice of color, so I will paint inside for you. Also, for leakages, there are landlords who does not take care of the leakages. Of course, that's their duty to do, but some of them ignore it. So you are supposed to know. And also, you're supposed to inspect the property very well before you pay for it, because there might be some little maintenances that will cost you money. So if you don't know them before you pay, then you will end up spending a lot of money that you were not prepared for. um, there is this woman we took to one apartment, and the apartment was very nice. But at the end of the day, when she paid for the place, she ended up spending over 15 million to maintenance the whole place. She changed the toilet seats, the wash and basin, kitchen, other things. She changed a lot of other things that cost her over 15 million. So you need to inspect the apartment very well before you pay for it. Because if you don't, then you have to pay money that you were not prepared for. So if you want to continue watching educative content like this one, then you know what to do already. Click the like, follow, and share button. Because if you didn't follow this page, then you might not see me again. But if you follow today, then you'll see tomorrow's video. You'll see next tomorrow's video. So what are you waiting for? Just click follow. If you're watching from YouTube, then subscribe now.